Well, we're almost ready. All right. Hey there. Oh, hold on a second. Start recording. Hey there. Hi there. Hyde here. It's been a while, and we're going to continue playing Home Safety Hotline. I know it's a rarity on my channel. Like, I just never finish games that I start. But, we're gonna give that a try this week again. Oh, you know what? This is probably too loud. Yeah. Let's turn that down. Something a bit more manageable. Maybe about there. Yeah. I wanted to have that music up because that was very fun music. So I didn't load the game beforehand. It's been quite some time since we've last played this. Has it been 2 weeks? I think so. Science Mysteries. Is this the rat thing again? If it's the rat thing again, yeah, okay. We already watched that last week. What about our mailbox? We already read these, right? New office pet. Right, right. We have a cat. That's right. I don't like cats. Being an office pet, that seems not great. Did we watch the television commercial? This isn't new, is it? No, it's not. You know, I got all prepared for this stream. I put new blood on my suit. I reveined it, you know, some of the stitches were coming out, so I had to put new veins in. Made it look all glistening. Yeah, we already saw that too. We're just gonna jump into this, I think. Yeah. And we're gonna hope that I remember what we read last week. That's always the trouble with new jobs, right? When you get a new job, you have to read the manual, and then if you have a long period in between, like the temp work, then you can forget everything that you just read, right? I read recently that practice does not make perfect, and that's true. You can practice all you want. Sometimes you can never be perfect. um, but I also read practice makes permanent, which is probably closer to accurate. Although I don't like the change in the adage, right? Yeah, so let's clock in. I got my hair all styled. I got my headset on. Nice glistening new suit. We have bats, we have bed bugs, we have bed teeth. I remember those. We have black mold? Right. Black mold. That's a common one. Boggarts, we remember those. Cellar growths. Oh, yeah. How do I move over? Right. Oh, hello. Hello, welcome to Home Safety Hotline. You've got Hyde. How may I help you?
Hello. Supervisor Carol here again.
Hi, Carol.
I've been watching thee closely, employee.
How
I'm impressed
closely?
so far by your dedication to accuracy. I
Oh,
have
thank
once
you.
again updated your permission so you should have access to more extensive household hazard information.
Oh,
Keep
even
up the
more
great
of them,
work,
huh?
employee. Our eyes rest upon thee.
Wait, what did you say? Our eyes rest upon thee? Okay. Permissions have been updated. New entries now available. Got it. Attic gnomes. Okay, what do we have here? Hello. How may I help you? This is Home Safety Hotline.
I think there might be something wrong with her faucet.
Your faucet,
Recently,
huh?
I've been having the worst kind of stomach bug, just aches and pains constantly. But
Mm-hmm.
after a month, it still hasn't gone away, and I'm thinking there's got to be something wrong with the water, because we only eat fresh, homegrown fruits and vegetables here, and we ain't ever had any problems up till now. I've
Uh-huh.
been hearing things about rusted pipes and water poisoning and all kinds of terrible things that can happen to the water, so can you just send someone out to get this fixed for us?
I see. So you think you have something in your pipes. Well, I do remember frozen pipes aren't going to cause you any stomach pain unless they've burst. That happens in real life, too. We're going to get into that after we read these different things. But right off the top of the head, if you're talking about bad water, it's probably a pipe hob. Frozen pipes wouldn't be bad water necessarily. You wouldn't get much water in a lot of the cases. Sometimes the pipes don't freeze over completely, right? Or it could be the vegetables, right? There was some kind of fake vegetable mentioned in one of these. We'll have to find it. But first, we're going to read over these new ones. Attic Gnome. Sounds like raccoons to me. Okay. Attic gnomes are a subspecies of gnome known to nest in attics and ceilings. Homeowners interested or infested with attic gnomes will often report a knocking or rapping sound coming from their ceilings, or a surplus of dust coming out of their ventilation systems. Wouldn't they be ventilation gnomes, then? Probably. Attic gnomes' feeding habits can often be a boon to homeowners, as they consume dust, cobwebs, and household pests, such as spiders in large quantities. Okay, so I'm guessing household pests, not just spiders in large quantities, right? However, when frightened, they will violently. You know what? I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger for myself. Yeah, so I can read this a little bit better. My eyes are old and decrepit, and they don't work as well as they used to. So where were we? They're very easily frightened. I see. Very good. uh, to remove an attic gnome from the household, it is recommended to dust and clean your attics and ceilings regularly, as to avoid giving it a source of food. This will also prevent other attic gnomes from nesting in your home. Very good information. If you get one gnome, they're like cockroaches, right? If you see one, there are 100 of them. Cellar Grotto. Oh, this is interesting. It's like a doorway into a different world. Doesn't make much of a noise at all, really. No, spoke too soon. It makes an ominous groaning noise. Cellar grottos are large cave-like networks known to sometimes appear spontaneously in cellars and basements. Oh, it's like your own personal labyrinth, right? Or a personal dungeon, if you like isekai. There are actually a couple isekai stories like that, where a house grows a dungeon, or becomes a dungeon, or becomes part of a dungeon. One of my favorite isekai light novels was My House Became a Dungeon Hut, or Rest Spot, I think? Yeah, Rest Spot. Where basically his room became this, basically safe space, and he could rescue adventurers who were dying or something. Of course, it had all of the familiar tropes of isekai and fantasy anime. uh, if you know what they are, you know what they are. Yeah. Homeowners with cellar grottos will often report a bad smell coming from the basement, higher humidity in the home, and a notable increase in large beetles, frogs, and related pests. I don't know, if my basement were full of frogs, I think I'd be pretty happy about that. I really like frogs after all. Cellar grottos can introduce a number of dangerous pests into the home, and the heightened humidity they introduce can cause warped floorboards, weakened foundation, and other hazards. I see. Cellar grottos can be removed by finding their creator and presenting them with a gift of gold. So these are consciously made. It's like, it's an actual dungeon, an actual labyrinth. Their creator often resides somewhere within the grotto. Oh, the grotto's subterranean lake. I see, so a Lady of the Lake situation. For safety, bring spelunking and snorkeling equipment on your excursion, or consider utilizing HSH's grotto removal team. I'm glad we have specialists for that. I would have to do that in real life. Cave diving is so dangerous after all. Fey Feast. Oh, that's very strange. It looks like a pile of pre-shaved cheese. You know, like that Parmesan cheese you get out of a can or a tube? It's sometimes generous to call it a can, I guess. Or a little tub. And, yeah. It's pre-ground or shaved or whatever they do to it. Extruded, maybe. And covered in cellulose dust. And that cellulose dust is essentially the same thing that's making up most plant material. The woody stuff, right? The leafy stuff. So, it doesn't come from sawdust, but it's essentially sawdust. Or maybe some cellulose does come from sawdust. Yeah, that's what that is. That's why it doesn't clump together. Feasts are mid to large sized piles of various edible food substances, frequently including flour, cornmeal, and various species of fungi. Oh, that doesn't sound good at all. Moldy cornmeal and flour. When you let flour or cornmeal like get wet and get moldy, it gets a really sour smell to it. So it's very off-putting if you've ever experienced it. Highly recommend against that. They're known to appear near eating areas at the home. Feasts are not dangerous if consumed, but if left untouched, they can provoke more dangerous activity, or else its continued presence can attract other household pests, such as cockroaches or carpenter ants. Feasts are a sign of hospitable presence, and as such should be consumed immediately once sighted to prevent provoking or offending the gifter. For maximum assured safety, all members of the home should partake in the feast. Well, that's kind. If they're edible funguses, edible fungi, I guess it wouldn't be too bad. It's hard to say. Like, it's a mushroom pasta without being turned into pasta. Oh, wow. You've got some polyps on your face there. Are those flowers growing out of you? The Fae do like flower rings, don't they? Fae flu is a rare and dangerous disease commonly spread by household Fae. Symptoms of Fae flu include headaches, fever, eye discoloration, seeds taking root in skin pores, and blooming. So they are flowers. Got ya. Fae flu is rarely fatal, but it can have long-lasting effects on the lifetime health of an infected human. Long-term symptoms commonly include dizziness, fatigue, monocolored vision, deliriousness, and endless dreams. That last one doesn't sound too bad, does it? Solution: there is no cure for the Fae flu. However, one can take precautions against it by keeping a clean, Fae-free home. That's unfortunate. But it's true of a lot of different viruses out there, right? There is no cure. And you kind of have to live with it for the rest of your life. Oh, false beat. That's the one we're looking for, I think. Let's see this. False beets are creatures with a beet-like appearance that are known to trick gardeners into harvesting and eating them by disguising themselves among their vegetables. False beets are harmless unless eaten by a human, at which point they will take root in the human's stomach, feeding off of its nutrients for its lifetime. This can cause digestive issues and potential back problems over the course of the human's life. A lot of people don't realize this, but you know, if you have digestive issues, that can sometimes present in the back. Yeah. So do be careful of that. Deferred pain kind of thing. False beets only find themselves in gardens that grow beets. And you were talking about how you only eat fresh fruits and vegetables? Yeah, this might be it. Uh, Swallowed false beet cannot be removed. Okay, great, good to know. So that's our most likely suspect there. But what about floor roots? Oh wow, this is creepy looking. Crunchy. Floor roots are tree-like brown roots that are known to grow upwards from the floor to wrap themselves around various objects or humans in their vicinity. They must be pretty fast growing then. Floor roots grow slow enough that they're... Okay, come on. How are they going to wrap around a human if they grow slowly? Floor roots grow slow enough that they serve very little danger to awake and aware human adults. However, if not spotted quickly, they are a known strangling hazard for human children and pets while they sleep. Okay. You and I have very different definitions of what growing slowly means. If they can grow around a human child's neck while they're sleeping, that's not very slow. That's incredibly fast for a plant. Removal should be a priority in family households. Floor roots require something to wrap around before they will cease their growth, so it is advised to acquire dolls or a similar human-shaped facsimile to give them a safer alternative. Place the dolls in the affected room and leave the roots alone for the night. By morning, the dolls and roots should be gone, and the room safe to inhabit once more. Make any repairs to the floor as needed, or utilize HSH's home repair services. It's very interesting that they'll just leave after a night. The Horde. Frozen pipes. We know it's not frozen pipes. What do we have here? The Horde is an invisible, odorless, collective consciousness that is known to collect and store large quantities of common household refuse. Okay, so this is just like anthropomorphizing, or I guess fae-momorphizing. I don't know what the right word for that would be. But giving some kind of consciousness to the habit of hoarders who create big hoards of garbage in their homes. Good explanation. I always thought that was probably some kind of unresolved issues where people just didn't want to let go of things. But I guess I was wrong. It's actually a supernatural force. The Horde's tendency to store vast quantities of trash in the home make them prone to spreading disease to the home inhabitants. Rotten food, used syringes, oh, that's not good, and rusty metal are among the more common household hazards that can be introduced by the Horde's presence. Once introduced to a home, the Horde will continue to gather and hoard their treasures indefinitely. It is advised to sell one's home at the first sign of the Horde's presence to make the relocation process go over more smoothly. To prevent the Horde from gathering in one's home, it is advised to keep one's home as tidy as possible, as to not attract the Horde's attention. The introduction of a hob to the household can often assist in this process. Now we remember that hobs, like the common hob, are actually fairly, I guess, safe things until they actually get provoked. So I don't know if I'd want a fey creature, like a hob, in my home just to prevent the horde from accumulating. I know desk hobs can help with organizing desks, and common hobs lick gross substances off the floor, I think. But we don't want fracture hobs or pipe hobs or whatever else. I think ideally we would just clean our houses, right? We don't want the fey flu either. And if the hobs count as fey, then they're definitely a dangerous thing for fey flu. Laundry gnome. Oh wow, that's weird looking. It's very echoey. Yeah, okay. It sounds like they put like keychains or coins in their pockets and they threw that in the... I guess this is like one of those front-loading washing machines. I don't really like the front-loading washing machines. I always worry that everything will spill out the front when I'm doing my laundry with them. So I prefer the top ones, you know? The open top ones. You do have to lean over in order to get the clothes out, but you know, it's a small price to pay. If you do all the work of doing laundry, and then it's finally done and it spills out onto a floor or something, like that just feels dirty to me. I know it's not necessarily dirty if you keep your floor clean, but it feels dirty to me. So I almost have to just do another load of laundry when that happens. Laundry gnomes are a subspecies of gnome with thick, fiber-like fur. They can fold their bodies into various shapes and often resemble dirty towels. Homeowners with laundry gnomes often report loud rattling or banging sounds coming from their washing machine, and missing socks. Okay, we're explaining all of the mysteries of life here, from missing socks to weird electrical disturbances in the home, and digestive issues. I'm so glad we took this job with this company. Laundry gnomes pose no direct threat to humans, though their lifestyles often lead to broken washing machines or dryers, which can occasionally cause small floods, or maybe even fires if you're doing a dryer, right? What if they clog like the export venting, right? All that hot air gets stuck in there, they cause a fire. That could happen. Water damage can lead to further problems in a home, and as such, laundry gnomes should not be left to their own devices. Laundry gnomes will move on from homes if they are no longer permitted to enter a washing machine. Great care should be taken to inspect each and every piece of laundry before washing. That is such an inconvenient solution. I would hate to have laundry gnomes, you know? Like, I would hate to have to look at every single piece of dirty laundry that I own in intricate detail just to make sure it's not a gnome. And we have more gnomes, night gnomes. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that it's watching outside the window. I definitely don't like the noise it's making. I do not find that agreeable. Heavy breathing. The gnome came from inside the house. Night gnomes are small, hairy creatures with a pointed head. So they're like garden gnomes. Okay. They're known for their tendency to enter the sleeping quarters of humans to watch them while they sleep, like Santa Claus. Homeowners affected by night gnomes frequently report sighting them in the middle of the night, or report heavy breathing sounds during late hours. Night gnomes are not known to be deadly to humans, but those who suffer from heart conditions should consider wearing sleeping masks to prevent being startled by their presence. I'd be startled if a... You know what? Maybe that's a good prank, right? If you're out there and you want a good prank. And as long as your pranked victim doesn't have a heart condition, maybe you just leave a garden gnome right on their windowsill, right for their bedroom. I think that'd probably be a decent prank. It would definitely startle me, yeah. Night gnomes will move on to other homes if they become bored or restless by your inhabitants' sleeping activities. There is no guarantee, however, that they will become bored by you if they find your sleep sufficiently entertaining. I know a lot of people say that watching someone they love sleep is comforting, and a lot of people also say it's very strange. I don't know which one's right or wrong. I won't judge, but there does seem to be that kind of split opinion. Night wisp. Distorted drain noises. No, wait, it's talking. It's saying something. Very weird. Night wisps are a subspecies of wisp in the form of bright floating lights. Aha! Unidentified flying light kind of phenomenon. So, there are a couple of those throughout the world. Light phenomenon. Usually in flat places with roadways. Car headlights are one of the common ones. Or a natural explanation. Alien spaceship, military technology, you name it. They're all over the place, whatever they are. Will-o'-the-wisps, even before technology became such a widespread thing, have been reported for hundreds of years. if not longer. Usually ghost fire, right? So, like the lanterns guiding the dead, or sometimes the spirits themselves. That's kind of how jack-o'-lanterns got their start. They are known to hover outside windows at night while whispering promises of wealth and good fortune. Do they deliver on them, or is it just sweet pillow talk? Night wisps are not dangerous to humans unless listened to. I see. Refrain from listening to these whispers and following their directions. Well, we just listened to them. You could have told me before I listened to the audio sample. Night wisps will move on to other homes after a week or so, if they are ignored consistently. A lot of people do that, but some overstay their welcome. It is advised to drown out their whispers with music or wear a sleeping mask to prevent sleep disruption. It's actually kind of devious if you think about it, because they're preventing you from getting restful sleep, and that kind of makes it more easy to persuade you to do things. Let's check the pipe bob. Known for making their homes inside tube-like structures such as pipes, consume dirt, grime, and hair. That actually sounds good. Not a direct danger to humans. Can sometimes cause leaks or clogs over time. I don't think we have any evidence of leaks or clogs. We have evidence of fresh fruits and vegetables. Portal. Oh, Fey portals. Yes, I know all about Fey portals. Sounds like nature to me. That last screech was a bit weird. Portals are door-shaped openings to an outdoor location other than the homeowners discovered most commonly in basements or underground cellars. Homeowners with portals frequently report cold drafts, strange dreams, and a strong desire to enter. Portals can introduce a wide variety of dangerous elements to a home, and should be dealt with as soon as they are discovered. They can additionally cause drafts and introduce heating problems to a home. Portals should be sealed shut with wooden planks, bricks, or other common building materials. The seal should be airtight as to not allow for anything to come inside the home. It is advised to utilize HSH's home security services to ensure portals are sealed safely. Yeah, if you have a Fey portal in your home, that's probably not good. Seedlings. A lot of people think that arches, like natural arches made by trees along forest paths, are portals into the Fey world. So if you go at the right time of night or day, dusk and dawn, especially dusk and dawn, or during the right time of year, like solstices, equinoxes, and the like, periods of transition between something and another thing, night and day, or spring and summer, things like that. Those are more likely to be intersections of our world and their world. So that's interesting information for you, I guess. If you ever have to walk through a forest, try to avoid portals and archways, especially during transitional periods of time, like the solstice or dusk or dawn. Yeah. Seedlings. Seedlings are small insectoid creatures. I don't really see them. About the size of an aphid. Well, that's why I don't see them. They're known for burrowing or in outdoor planters or gardens, feeding off the roots of nearby weeds. Wait. Oh, you mean planters in, like, planting pots? Okay. I thought you meant, like, gardeners who are planters. Though their weed-killing lifestyles can make them useful for gardeners, seedlings are extremely territorial and react violently to anything competing for their food source. Never remove a weed from a seedling-infested garden. They are known to compel competitors to commit violent acts on themselves or others. Wait, their competition is like plants, right? That they're eating plant roots. How do you compel a plant to violent? I don't get that. How does a plant act violently towards itself? I don't know. To remove seedlings from a garden, one should not go near their established feeding grounds. Instead, one should use a hose, sprinklers, or similar ranged device to overwater and drown out the seedlings from afar. That's actually a pretty simple solution. Anyone could do that, which is not true for a lot of these things. Travel gnome, we have another gnome. That is just a suitcase. Oh, I see the gnome. It's in the green suitcase. Gotcha. Travel gnomes are a highly invasive subspecies of gnome that are known to stow away inside the luggage of unsuspecting travelers to introduce themselves to new households. They're found most commonly in highly forested areas of the globe. I don't have to worry about that, I guess. Travel gnomes can affect the household in various ways. They will often create expansive gardens inside their new homes. Sounds good. I like that. Indoor gardens, leaving soil, plants, and common outdoor pests in their wake. That's not a problem. You need a healthy ecosystem. These gardens, in addition to introducing a variety of dangerous pests, can also create foundational problems in a home if they continue to grow unabated. So long as you don't have problems with your foundation already, like maybe that's okay. That's probably okay. Spraying pesticides and weed killer in the home can deter a travel gnome's gardening prospects, at which point it will wait for a new opportunity to travel to a better location. To encourage a travel gnome to relocate, one can invite others to stay at the household and create new opportunities for the travel gnome to stow away in visitors' luggage. This is kind of like the reverse of someone stealing your phone charger after they spend the night. The house owners are trying to pawn off a phone charger. Okay. So we know that we want false beat. That's what we were here for, right? All that time ago, that's false artifact, false beat. There you go, sir. There's nothing we can do for you. You and anyone who's eaten your beets are going to die from slow starvation. I am so sorry. Try to get intravenous nutrition. Successfully sent. Hello there. Welcome to HomeSafety Hotline. You've got Hyde here.
Hello? I followed every instruction your people sent me, but I'm still getting cracks on my wall. My daughter has called pest control, and she told me not to call you anymore for help. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
That's all we're getting? Okay. Okay, maybe we got that wrong last week. If you have foundational issues, you have foundation issues. That's not my problem, right? Like, I did the best I could. I know we got one wrong last time. We only had 83% accuracy, which is not ideal, you know? It is. Oh, welcome to HomeSafety Hotline. You've got Hyde. How may I assist you?
The police told me to call this number, so I hope I got the right number here.
If they asked you, yeah.
I think somebody is stalking me.
Stalking you,
I
huh?
can see their shadow at night at my window, just staring into the house.
Do you hear heavy
When I
breathing?
close the window, I can still hear him out
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
breathing.
yeah.
I've been sleeping on the couch every night this past week, just so he won't see me.
I
The
see.
police said they can't do anything, so please, send somebody or do something about this.
Well,
I can
ma'am,
hardly sleep anymore.
I am so sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear about your experiences. Let me check what you have here. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Please hold for me. I'm pretty sure what you have are night gnomes. And they are stalking you, but there's not really much you can do about it. Heavy breathing, late at night, someone outside of your window. Yeah, that all checks out. So basically, all you have to do is ignore it, and it will go away. You have night gnomes. I know this sounds ridiculous, but in the meantime, close your windows, wear a sleep mask, maybe listen to some music so you don't hear the heavy breathing. and they will go away on their own when they get bored. They're just like teenagers, right? You don't have to worry about them. They're not a big deal. It's actually one of the lesser known or lesser harmful kind of things it could have been, right? There are all kinds of crazy things out there in this world. And hello there, Home Safety Hotline. You've got Hyde. How may I help you?
Hello, yes. I believe there may be some kind of problem with our home ventilation.
Yes.
Lately, we've been hearing awful banging noises coming from the ceiling, and the air
Dust?
quality seems to have been drastically reduced.
Yeah,
My
a lot of
daughter hasn't
dust.
been able to stop coughing.
Well, we know what that is too. You also have gnomes. I'm sorry to hear about your problems, sir, or ma'am, or whoever you are. I don't know. I don't even remember your name. You know, when you're doing this kind of job, you're supposed to remember their names, use their names, and let them feel special. Like you have some kind of connection. That never set right with me, you know. It always felt too forced, so I could never do that. But you have attic gnomes, and they're crawling through your ventilation ducts. I don't know what you're supposed to do about that. Maybe call our pest control services. Would be a good idea to get rid of them as soon as possible if they're causing disturbances or ventilation issues. One second. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. How can I help you? Home Safety Hotline.
The police refused to do anything. They told me to call you.
Yeah?
Please say you can help. My little boy, Jeremy, has gone missing.
Missing,
He's
huh?
8 years old and
In a
such
garden?
a sweetheart. The last time I saw him was when I was tucking him into bed last night and checking his messy closet for bees to calm him down.
Bees.
Oh, it's silly, I know, but my poor Jeremy is always so concerned about bees and wasps and stuff. I miss him.
Closet.
I miss him so much.
I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am.
Please say you can help me find him. He's all that I have.
That's heartbreaking. Please hold.
Please hold.
I'm pretty sure there was something that looked like a TV in here that caused buzzing, right? Like bees is obviously a red herring here. I just need to figure out what that was that caused the buzzing. Was it this one? False artifacts are seemingly human-designed objects that can manifest suddenly inside a home. They're known for making gentle buzzing sounds. Yes, okay. It can usually only be heard by very young human children. Yeah, or small animals. Homeowners with false artifacts often report out-of-place objects or missing children or pets. That all sounds right. False artifacts, while not a direct threat to adult humans, can pose a significant risk to small human children and animals. Should a child or pet be left alone with a false artifact, they are at risk of being encased within. Once encased, no noise made by the prey can be heard. While digestion can take upwards of several years to complete, starvation can be a more pressing concern. This is not good news for this woman. Once a false artifact has been identified, removal is as simple as physically moving the object out of one's home. HSH pest removal services should be called to come and remove the object. Should a pet or loved one already be encased within, one can utilize a memory wisp to speed up the grieving process. That is brutal. Like, this at first doesn't seem like a horror game, but just the fact that that could be a common occurrence, that people often lose children to these false artifacts, and there's nothing you can do once it happens. That's all this woman has in her life, and I'm going to have to tell her, I'm sorry, ma'am, your child has been eaten by a false artifact, a dangerous fae, kind of like a mimic, and basically it's your fault for not listening to his fear about bees and calling us sooner. And there's nothing we can do to help you. I am so sorry, ma'am, but the best you can do is find the object and get rid of it. Yeah. That's so very sad, though, you know? Like, it's very sad. I do wish there was something we could tell her other than just get rid of the object. But if that's all you can do, that's all you can do. It's a shame that we can't just break them open like a snow globe, right? Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Home Safety Hotline, how may I help you?
I'm concerned somewhat about the stability of my new home.
Ah,
I
a
recently
foundation
finalized
problem?
the purchase and naturally afterwards found that there are several large cracks in the walls of the
I
basement
see.
that were not previously disclosed, as well as several pieces of half-eaten cheese littered across
Oh,
the basement
okay.
floor. I
Yeah.
haven't been able to get in contact with the previous owners about this, and I'm wondering if you can offer any kind of legal advice.
Well, I can't offer you legal advice, but please hold. I do know what your problem is. You have fracture hobs. I was thinking maybe you had a cellar grotto, but no, you have fracture hobs because of the cheese. I remember that the common hobs like cream, and the fracture hobs like cheese. Yeah. Fracture hobs cannot be removed once they nest to prevent further danger. Measures to prevent metamorphosis should be taken as soon as possible. It is advised to leave out a slice of any kind of cheese each night before going to bed. So yeah, you have fracture hobs. There's nothing you can do. You can't remove them. You can appease them and prevent them from turning into boggarts. So I am sorry, but you have a fracture hob. And it might be something that just got there after you moved in. Maybe it moved in with you. You leave doors open all the time when you move, right? In order to carry in luggage or big boxes or even furniture. And there's nothing you can do about it, sir. Uh, if you want, you can move, but you're going to have to disclose that damage. And ideally, you should disclose that there's a fracture hob in your house. Yeah. Um, Other than that, you're kind of screwed. You just made this big payment on your house. Maybe you got a mortgage out. Maybe you thought it would just increase in value, like property used to do. But no, that's not the case. In fact, depreciation is going to be in the future of your home. That's very unfortunate. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Home Safety Hotline, how may I help you?
Rubber here. I need to
Great
place an
name.
order of 60 gallons of orange drink here. I
That's a
got
lot
a
of
big
orange
old
soda.
party I'm setting up here at the studio, and we're gonna need that orange drink to too many mouths to feed, you know what I mean? Gonna
I
need that
don't.
orange drink to feed my brew. On second thought, y'all still got that cheesy greaser. It's too many mouths to feed.
Cheesy Greaser sounds like a great product.
Pepper squeeze. Don't tell me you don't got the pepper squeeze.
I'm afraid we don't have any pepper squeeze, no. Um, Gub Rubber is a great name, and he has great ideas for product names, like Cheesy Greaser. Either that's some kind of insult from a 1950s counterculture, or a great name for some kind of slider. And Pepper Squeeze? I would absolutely buy Pepper Squeeze hot sauce, you know? It's a great name. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. It's a great slogan, too. How many more of these do we have today? We got our first fake caller in. Gotta love Rub Gubber. It's a great name. Yeah. Oh, that sounds off. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Home Safety Hotline, how may I help you?
So, my doctor told me I should call this number. I have no idea why. He won't tell me anything. He said you could help, so here goes nothing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I've recently been having just the worst headaches, and just barely I woke up and felt my eyes were starting to look kind of pink. I'm really freaked out right now, and I'm not sure what I have. I can't find anything online. Can you help me?
Oh, that's not great if you have pink eye. Like, I wish I could tell you just had pink eye, buddy, but, pretty sure what you have here is fey flu, if your doctor sent you to us. Oh. Oh, network error. Entry could not be loaded. Temporary HSH network error? How am I supposed to do my job now? Well, I'm pretty sure it discolors your eyes. So, you have fey flu, if the doctor sent you to us. I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do. It's gonna cause lifelong problems. Get over it. We all live. But yeah, that's very unfortunate. Just like real-life diseases, there aren't necessarily cures for Fey diseases. Unfortunately, yeah, you're just gonna have to live with it. Maybe you'll get better just like the flu. It'd be nice if so, right? Just a couple days of relaxing. Enjoy, downtime. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. HomeSafety Hotline. How may I help you?
You gotta tell me what's going on inside my home, okay? I'm freaking out over here. There's
How?
holes all over my freaking house, man.
Holes?
Freaking holes! I'm stepping around big wooden splinters. There's no telling how much damage there is. I've got this big gaping one in my kitchen that I have no idea how freaking deep it goes. To
Uh-huh.
top it all off, my skittish little greyhound goblin is nowhere to be found. She probably took off after seeing this mess. I need help. Bad.
I can see that, sir, and, I'm gonna have to put you on hold for this one. Holes in your kitchen. Are there any hole hobs? We might be looking for a fungus. Singing fungus, maybe? Didn't report a noise, though. Fracture hob? No, that's a fracture, not... House fires? Unlikely. Lamp sprite? No. Moles? Outside kind of thing. Portal? Oh, I don't know. Stair slug. Termites? Probably not that quick. The dog's missing too. Unicorn fungus. Well, that's a dog. I don't know if that's helpful. Unicorn fungi are rare horn-shaped fungus that are known to grow on the heads of furry mammals and household pets. They often affect the animal's disposition, causing them to be drawn to the soil. Homeowners often report their pets furiously digging around or inside their home. Not directly harmful to humans, but they can often lead to household problems such as broken floorboards, uprooted plants, or waking up to things beneath the soil. Or waking up other things beneath the soil. I don't know if that's right. That doesn't seem right. There are holes everywhere. Whistling fungus? Infested with whistling fungus often reported distant whistling. We're not hearing any whistling. Cancel. Very strange. Holes all over my freaking...
You gotta tell me what's going on inside my home, okay? I'm freaking out over here.
Yeah?
There's holes all over my freaking house, man. Freaking holes! I'm stepping around big wooden splinters. There's no
Stepping
telling how
around
much damage
floorboards.
there is.
Okay.
I've got this big gaping one in my kitchen that I have no idea how freaking deep it goes. To top it all off, my skittish little greyhound goblin is nowhere to be found. She probably took off after seeing this mess.
Well,
I
actually,
need help.
I think she dug those. I think she dug those, and, she ended up in that big hole. I apologize for your loss of your dog. Maybe she'll come back later. I don't know. But I think you have unicorn fungi, which is a very weird description of the problem. I don't know about that one. It's a tough one. It's definitely not termites, though. And I don't think we have any hobs that would actually cause that kind of big damage. House fires would do it. Termites given enough time, maybe, but I think the key is the splintered floorboards and the big holes. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. HomeSafety Hotline. How may I help you?
Alright, I'm gonna need someone to explain what in the name of Christmas is happening to my living room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back from vacation and the
You were
house is
traveling?
already turning into a disaster not 24 hours later.
Yeah.
And my living room is
Soil and plants
absolutely
indoors.
covered in soil and plants. Looks like a gosh darn nursery in there.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening? Is this what happens when you buy a bad rug or something?
Well, no, this is what happens when you have travel gnomes, ma'am.
Please hold.
Someone probably offloaded a travel gnome into your luggage because they didn't want it in their house. I apologize. There's not really much you can do about it. You should encourage people to come see the indoors and stay the night, right? If you show them the indoor garden that you have and ask for their help in cleaning it up, make them stay overnight, and then maybe you can get rid of your travel gnome problem. It's as simple as that, really. It's a fairly simple trick, and is it mean-spirited? Yes. Should you care about that? No. It's probably what happened to you as well. Which is unfortunate for you, but it's also unfortunate for whoever you have to offload that into. Other than that, I guess you could pack up and leave. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to HomeSafety Hotline. How may I help you?
There's something in my basement.
Yeah?
Don't know what it is. All I know is when I open my basement door, it smells like a damn sewer, and I can hear it making all kinds of horrible noises.
Groany noises?
Sounds like there might be a lot of water down there, too. I don't know what it might be doing down there, but I have a feeling it's causing a whole lot of damage. Please, send somebody to help with this. I can't deal with something like this.
I see. 1 second, sir. Let me put you on hold. I think I know what's going on here.
Please hold.
I think what you have is a cellar grotto. It would smell a bit like a sewer, I guess. And it does cause foundation problems, right? Oh, we should be looking in C's, not all the way down there. Cellar grotto, is this right? Large cave-like networks known to sometimes appear spontaneously. Report a bad smell. Very good. Higher humidity, increase in large beetles, frogs, and related pests. Weakened foundation. Yes, you have a cellar grotto. That's an easy one, sir. All you need to do is make an offering of gold to whoever made the grotto, and ask them to leave. They're apparently very reasonable, if you pay them enough. Now, I don't know if you have any gold bars lying around. Gold coins might work. Look at that, 100% accuracy. So it was unicorn fungus. I wasn't sure about that one. Like, that's a weird presentation of it. You would expect to just see a horn growing out of a dog be the report. But maybe that's too obvious. It does sound a bit obvious. What do we have? Mail? Mike. Oh, it's Mike again. Line. Do not come to the wall. The hole is breached. I repeat, the well is breached. It's not safe here. I must find a new spot. It knows I'm here. Great. Thank you, Mike. Mike's the guy who's trying to get us to quit our job. I think he just wants his old job back. It's very hard in this economy to find new jobs sometimes. From HSH Corporate. Employee number 36. Regarding your schedule this week, due to a shortage of available staff, we will need you to come into work this Saturday and Sunday. Really? It's my first week. You're making me work my weekend on my first week? Thanks for being a team player. Rest assured your additional labors will be recognized. I hope with overtime pay. Like, you're not gonna screw me out of overtime pay, are you? These are supposed to be my days off. Come on. Sincerely, HSH Corporate. Daily coupon, tamed river root. Congratulations, employee. Your high accuracy rate has awarded you today's daily coupon. Today's daily coupon is tamed river root. Plucked and tamed straight from the waters within the undersoil. Is this one of the things that dwells beneath the soil? The things that the moles like? This river root is as reliable as they come. Their gentle, high-frequency cries are guaranteed to keep your garden safe from all manners of pests and predators. Just don't forget to keep them well-watered and well-monitored. To receive your discount, simply type the following code during your online checkout. Rootin' for you. Keep up the great work, employee. That looks more like a fungus, doesn't it? Like it has the fungus cap there. $549. Well, I guess if the moles won't get mad at me, that's a pretty good price. You want to keep the things beneath the soil happy. So if you don't have to deal with moles, I guess it might be worth it. And the seedlings, too. Let's clock in for the day. I can't believe we have to work the weekend. Who calls you in days before ahead of time and gives you that kind of bad news? If they wanted to make me work the weekend, they should have gone all out and just told me, like, Saturday morning, hey, actually, we need you to clock in today. I assume this is working from home, even if it is an outdated computer. Hey there, Hyde here. Welcome to HomeSafety Hotline. How may I assist you?
Hello.
Oh, hi,
Supervisor
Carol.
Carol here. Thine accuracy continues to impress those of us above and below the soil.
Thank you,
I
mine
have
liege.
updated your permissions once more.
Oh,
Keep
thank
up the great
you.
work, employee. Our eyes rest soundly upon thee.
I don't think there's sound in the eyes, but very good to know. Animation. I like animation. That's not the kind of animation I like. Animations are miniature humanoid figures such as dolls, puppets, or marionettes that are capable of moving on their own. Homeowners with animations most common. Hey there, Hyde here. How may I assist you? Home Safety Hotline?
There were Satan worshippers in my shed. I think
Yeah?
it might be my no-good teenager having joined up with one of those
Teenagers do
dragon
that.
cults they say.
It was probably
They
Buffy
sent
the
me
Vampire
no
Slayer,
rest
actually.
now, and the next thing you know, I find a dang tree growing in my shed. The tree is
Uh-huh.
all covered in torn-up fabric and some kind of black liquid. Classic satanistic ritual crap, I assume.
Ma'am, please calm
What I
down.
can do to get these
I can tell
dolls
you that's
is
not a
all
normal
my
satanic
property.
ritual. I'm gonna have to put you on hold while I read the new entries here, okay? I'll be right back, ma'am. I'm sure that that's not a common satanic rituals. I've performed many in my life, so it's probably not something that needs to be rushed. Let's make sure you get the
Please
right
hold.
information. Homeowners with animations most commonly report hearing clattering noises at night and missing or stolen household objects. Animations are usually not directly dangerous to humans, and will ignore them entirely as they go about their business, but their presence in a household may indicate the interest of other potentially dangerous parties. Okay, so like the cellar grotto, someone else has to put these in your house. Most animations will depart or collapse on their own after completing their intended function, and no further action is needed. If an animation persists for more than a few days in a single location, it may be a sign of more dangerous activity in these cases. It is advised to contact. In these cases, it is. In these cases, it is. Why am I struggling with that today? In these cases, it is advised to contact HSH's Pest Removal Service. Great, fantastic. I'll remember that. Closet Labyrinth. Closet labyrinths are large twisting networks of tunnels that are known to occasionally appear inside the closets or wardrobes of wealthy homeowners, or left behind in homes once owned by the wealthy. So it's like hidden passages, which makes sense. You'd expect to find hidden passages in the homes of wealthy bootleggers, for example. They exist everywhere in the USA from Prohibition. Homeowners with closet labyrinths will often report missing clothes or the sound of distant cries coming from their closet. Who doesn't hear cries from their closet every now and then? Usually that just means the duct tape has come off. Closet labyrinths are incredibly easy to get lost in by design, and can prove especially hazardous to homeowners carrying valuable items such as gold, precious silk, or rare spices on their person. Because we all do that. If you don't keep a pouch of spices on your person, I don't know what kind of quality of a person you are. Too low class for me to hang out with, that's for sure. They're otherwise harmless to those who do not enter their domain. If a closet labyrinth is discovered, it is advised to lock or blockade the entrance to prevent accidental entry and diminish the lure of the labyrinth's hidden riches. So there are treasures in there. I don't know. It sounds like one of those, like, my closet became a dungeon isekai things again. I wouldn't mind that, if I can take the riches outside of the dungeon. If it is absolutely vital a closet labyrinth be removed from a home, it is advised to utilize HSH's labyrinth removal team. I'm glad we have a team for that too. We have a lot of teams here, doing really specialized work here. Dreamweaver, what do you sound like? Skittering spiders? Skittering spiders with a side of predator noises, I guess? Dream weavers are large spider-like creatures known to weave dreams into reality. Oh, I don't like that. They're like dream catcher makers. They're also known to cause nearby humans to only dream about everything being covered in webs. So no different from real life, then. They'll only move into a household if no other spiders are present. See? Spiders are beneficial for the household. Dreamweavers are parasitic in nature and feed off the dreams of humans while they sleep. While this does not cause any direct harm to humans, it can lead to increased anxiety, and the large webs they weave can often trap dust, pets, and children, causing further complications. Oh, getting rid of children's probably... I'm not going to complete that sentence. To remove a dreamweaver from a household, homeowners should refrain from sleeping for as long as possible in order to starve the creature and encourage it to find a new home. So they literally eat dreams, and catching anything else is incidental. Got it. Dreamweavers will often attempt to induce sleep by ensnaring homeowners and injecting them with a sleep-inducing venom. Can I get some of that? Can I get some of that venom? You just giving that out to people? No prescription necessary. Can I get some of that venom, please? Can I get some of that venom? Please, give me some of that venom. Do not let them do this. Please, do this. Please do this. I would love you to do this. False flowers. What do we have here? They make a noise. It's not much of a noise. False flowers... They sound a bit like a child. False flowers are long, slender creatures that vaguely resemble common houseplants. They're known to take root in indoor potted plants, disguising themselves among the flowers. Homeowners often report hearing faint singing. Yeah, well, I don't know if I'd call that singing. False flowers are harmless if left to their own devices. However, if homeowners attempt to disrupt or remove them, they will often lash out by spraying a toxic chemical known to cause blindness or loss of sight. That sounds like it's pretty easy to counter. All you would need to do is get some safety glasses, maybe a face shield, probably a face shield over safety glasses. False flowers are not to be disturbed once they've taken root. Water regularly, and try not to notice their presence. Ignore their singing. That's very unfortunate. It sounds like you ought to be able to take care of them. Kobold. We all know what a kobold is, right? Dog-faced humanoids. That does not look like a dog-faced humanoid. Kobolds are 5-foot-tall humanoid creatures with dog-like faces. They're known to burrow into dark rooms or storage closets and make them their home. Homeowners infested with kobolds will sometimes report broken floorboards. So, if we had gotten this before, I think I would have picked this over unicorn fungus for that last one. Kobolds are harmless to humans until they are discovered, at which point they will often lash out violently to protect their home, causing injury or even death. If discovered, kobolds will attempt to lure humans into their space by poking their dog-like heads out from behind corners and whimpering. Do not ever enter a kobold's domain. One should not attempt to remove a kobold from their home. It is strongly advised to hire professionals and utilize HSH's pest removal service. Gotcha. We still haven't found anything that's a tree in a shed. I'm sure there's something new that we need to figure out. Rain nymph. That's just a hand. That's a hand. They sound like a drowned human. Okay. Rain nymphs are a subspecies of nymph that are most active during rainstorms. They're faint humanoids with a glow in their eyes that often appear near windows and doors, asking to be let inside. Homeowners afflicted with rain nymphs often report flooding. The floods rain nymphs cause can lead to water damage, which can be both costly and dangerous to a home. Rain nymphs are very preventable, and that their pleas to be let inside can simply be ignored. It is advised to stay away from doors and windows during rainstorms, to avoid having to endure rain nymphs' various temptations and threats. So they're all bark and no bite. I was always told to avoid windows during rainstorms too. Like, especially thunderstorms. I was told to avoid being near a window during a thunderstorm in case the house got hit by a bolt of lightning, and somehow that turned into, I don't know, lightning that traveled through the windows. It doesn't work like that, I don't think. Even if lightning hits a house, it's not going to travel through the windows. It's going to pick like a path of wiring or something. Something that's more conductive. You do have to worry about wind, though. Soap Sprite. Tell me about the Soap Sprite. It has a cute little squeak. It's adorable. Soap Sprites are a subspecies of sprite that are known for consuming bacteria and harmful microbes, so it's naturally antimicrobial. I like that. They frequently occupy bathrooms, appearing similar to pink bars of soap, in order to feed off the hands that use them. They secrete a suds-like substance that is used to digest their meals. Much like a fly, they will secrete their digestive enzymes first, and then drink it up later, I guess. That's what flies do with their proboscis. They pretty much vomit their enzymes onto whatever they're going to be eating. They don't really have teeth after all. Soap sprites, despite their bacteria-eating lifestyle, are frequently known to spread deadly diseases, such as the Fey flu, to humans who handle them, making them a serious household hazard. That's very unfortunate. I guess I'm never using soap again. Soap sprites are easy to remove and dispose of by way of tongs or other grabbing utensils. Identifying soap sprites can be difficult, so it is recommended to not keep any bars of soap in the household to ensure they can be identified and removed as soon as possible. See? I think this is just something like a hoax. Big Shampoo and Big Body Wash said, you know what? We're not selling enough liquid soap. People are still using bar soap. That's definitely what's happening here. Yeah. It's just a scam. Sprig tree. That's a tree inside of a building. Sprig trees are a rapidly growing tree-like organism that takes root in a human body. Oh, that's not good. They're known to cause structural damage to a home as they continue to grow, generally reaching their full size in a matter of days. They're known to be caused by the touch of a spriggan. Ah, spriggan. That could be it too. Sprig trees are incredibly deadly to those infected and will result in death once they have reached a certain size. Anyone near a sprig tree, while it is growing in an indoor location, is also at risk of injury or death from the structural damage that will occur as it grows. There is no cure for a sprig tree. The infected individual should be quarantined, while any others occupying the household should vacate the premises immediately. Do not touch the infected person or the black substance that leaks from them under any circumstance. Right there. Black substance, tree growing inside of a shed, sprig tree. It's probably what it is, at least. I hope that's what it is. Do not touch the infected person, right? Begin looking for a new home, and arrange any funeral service as needed for the affected individual. I don't know if I'd be burying an infectious tree individual, right? Like, you couldn't do an open casket. You might as well do cremation to make sure it doesn't spread to sprig vines. It's kind of pretty. Sprig vines are rapidly growing vines that are known to quickly consume a house and block off exits. Why is everything pretty in nature out to kill you? They're often a sign that a spriggan has been provoked. Sprig vines are not dangerous on their own, and can be cut through with common gardening tools. However, their tendency to block exits can create struggles when needing to exit the house in a hurry, such as in the case of floods, fires, or a spriggan in pursuit. Yeah, sprig vines will continue to grow so long as the spriggan that made them desires it. It is advised to vacate and rehome as soon as possible. It's going to be hard with all of the exits being blocked by vines, isn't it? Trash gnome? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, look at that thing. It's like a frog. I like the design there. I like frogs. Amphibians are cool, right? Amphibians are one of the best indicators of an environment's health, the ecological health of a given ecosystem, because they have that, well, they respire partially through their skin, right? So they always have to have mucous membranes, uh, completely covered in mucus. And their body is like completely mucous membrane at that point to respire properly. So it's very easy for pollutants to get into their skin during that process. Trash gnomes are a subspecies of gnome with thick brownish-gray fur, frog-like eyes, and large gaping mouths. They're known to seek out trash receptacles and burrow inside them for both food and shelter. Homeowners with trash gnomes often report the smell of rotten eggs, finding large clumps of fur throughout the house. Tipped garbage cans and loud crunching sounds at night. Sounds like raccoons to me. If you have a house full of raccoons, that happens all the time. So you have raccoons in your attic. They will find their way down, and they will tip over your trash can. Trash gnomes are highly territorial once homed. While their bite is not fatal, it can often lead to inconvenient and painful circumstances, like diseases, such as the loss of a finger or nose. What are you doing putting your nose so close to their trash can? People don't do that, right? People don't just sniff their trash cans while attempting to discard trash or remove a trash bag from their they would have to jump up to bite your face, right? Like, how tall are your trash cans? They're also capable of spreading deadly diseases to humans, such as rabies or tetanus. I'm pretty sure these are just raccoons in, like, frog masks. To prevent a trash gnome from homing inside your trash, it is recommended to not let trash in the home be idle for more than a day or two, as their noses are highly sensitive to the smell. To remove a trash gnome permanently, it is highly advised to utilize HSH's pest removal services. Yeah, that just sounds like a raccoon to me. I'm sorry. I've seen a raccoon jump out of a trash can before. So you have a Spriggan problem, and you have a Sprig tree. Probably your son, if you're saying it's covered in clothes, black goo. You have Sprig tree. What did you do to offend the Spriggan, if I may ask? Did you cut down trees in the forest? Is this a Lorax issue? It very well could be a Lorax issue. You speaking for the trees. Your son gets turned into a tree. That's a Captain Planet thing. I remember when Crunchyroll was still a thing. College humor. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. You've got HomeSafety Hotline. How may I assist you?
I called last week about some noises in my house, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm following the instructions you sent me. They still seem to be happening.
I'm sorry to
I
hear that, sir.
apologize what was happening, but the short story is that every night I'm hearing clattering noises coming from the kitchen. In
Mm-hmm.
the morning, I usually check the kitchen for any signs of droppings or whatever, but the
Uh-huh.
place looks spotless. Can you please tell me what's actually happening so I can get some sleep?
Clattering noises from the kitchen, and it's spotless. So you have something cleaning your kitchen.
Please hold.
Do you have a common hob, sir? Let me check. You might have a common hob. Common hobs are the most common species of hob found in the household. They're small humanoid creatures with gray, burlap-like skin and small vertical tufts of hair on their head. Tendency to consume dust, dirt, and common sticky substances found on floors and dishes. Yes. Only come out at night. I don't think there's anything else that it could be. Like, if we're talking cleaning and kitchen. What else could it be? You could have raccoons, but they would leave a mess. Everything else would leave a mess. I'm gonna tell you what. We're gonna call it here. We're gonna say common hob. And if it's not the common hob, I don't know what to tell you. Leave some cream out for your hob at night, and your kitchen should be spotless for the rest of your life. Try to avoid looking at it if you ever do see something moving out of the corner of your eye. Have you ever done that? Have you ever looked out of the corner of your eye and saw movement? Like a shadowy figure or a cat-like figure just dash across your vision? The peripheral vision, of course, not your main vision. Try not to look at those. That's probably a hob. Other than that, though, you know, I couldn't tell you. Hey there, Hyde here. Home Safety Hotline, how may I assist you?
Yes, hi. I recently purchased from your company one of your home security installation
Mm-hmm.
services, and not a week later, I'm still getting break-ins. And then the
Break-ins,
week
huh?
prior, someone has been breaking into the greenhouse and taunting us with their singing. They
Singing.
could be some insane serial killer, for all we know. All they do is sing at night, but
I
no one
see.
in my family feels safe anymore. None of your stupid security alarms even went off.
I am sorry to hear about your experiences, ma'am. Please hold.
Please hold.
I can't believe this woman. She's blaming our security services. She's being very passive-aggressive. I'm glad my recording is over for this call, because what you actually have are false flowers, and they are singing. You don't have a break-in. You have a fae problem. You have a fae infestation. And I'm very happy that you do, because you're going to have to deal with those for life. Feel free to go disturb them as much as you want, and not wear a face shield. Thank you for calling. I hope you have a great day, ma'am. People like that, they don't really... like, I'm just doing my job here, right? Hey there, Hyde here. How may I help you? Home Safety Hotline.
Hey,
Flipper.
here. I've got
Hi there,
some
Flipper.
dumbbells that I bought from you that need a good spit shine. Know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
Have got all kinds of grit, grime, grease. Can't
Mm-hmm.
even see my face in them when I'm deadlifting. Know what I mean?
You gotta polish
I'm
them?
looking at these bells right now here. I'm seeing
You know?
spit, crud, and juice, and Hey, who are you? How did you get in? Hey, now easy there. Get away. Get away.
I have no idea what just happened there. That's fine. I'm sure that's not a problem. We did not just hear a home break-in, or a man turning into a mouse. I'm sure everything's okay. We don't need to call the cops or report that call. That's outside of my pay range anyway. You know? Like, the calls usually get sent to us from the cops. We don't usually send them to the cops back. Hey there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
Hello.
Well,
Supervisor
hello,
Carol
Carol.
here. I noticed that you've been experiencing regular, disruptive calls from a false caller with ulterior motives.
Yes, I
I've seen
have.
to it that this false caller shall no longer be a blight upon me. Keep up the good work, employee.
A blight upon me? Very good, thank you. We have a supervisor who actually cares about us. Carol's a great supervisor. Hey there, Hyde here. Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
There's some kind of insect in my house, and I think it may have died. I
Mm-hmm.
saw this big, nasty thing fly in through the window, and I haven't been able to find it anywhere, but
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe it electrocuted itself somewhere because I can smell this awful burning scent throughout the house.
Oh,
Can
what was
someone
that?
come find this thing and get it out of my house?
Yes, sir. One moment, please. I'm gonna have to put you on hold.
Please hold.
I'm pretty sure this is one of the sprites. Electrical sprite, maybe? Is there an electrical sprite? I don't know. But they have wings, right? The sprites have wings. There's wine sprite, lamp sprite? That's not helpful. That's really not helpful. Well, it would make sense for a lamp sprite to be electrical and burning. It's living inside of a lampshade, if I remember correctly. They have wings, right? Are there other sprites? I know there's a wine sprite. This is very bad timing. Tea sprite, not going to be electrical. But I remember the sprites have wings, and if it is a sprite, it would look like an insect. They have butterfly wings, just like a classic fairy does. We're gonna go with lamp sprite, and if this is not correct, sir, I apologize. My business seems to be having issues with the servers. I apologize for the inconvenience if this is incorrect. I can only do the best I can. Like, I love my supervisor. Carol's great. She's taken care of problematic callers for us left, right, and center. These network errors, however, make it a terrible workplace. And the fact that I have to work on my first weekend at the job, ugh. Like, don't get me wrong. It's an easy enough job. All I have to do is listen to people. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Home Safety Hotline, how may I assist you?
It took my daughter. It
Right.
took my daughter. She's gone. It wrapped its awful tendrils around her.
From the
and took her
floor?
down with it. I saw it
Yeah.
with my own eyes. Please, send help. Police won't do anything. Send help.
Sir, I am so sorry to tell you this, but, your daughter got taken by floor roots.
Please hold.
There's nothing we can do about it. In fact, the floor roots will probably go away on their own. If you still have problems with tendrils coming from the floor, then you're going to have to put some dolls in there overnight. Otherwise, your problem should be solved. And if you would like some memory wisps to help you forget about your daughter, we can facilitate that as well. There's not too much more we can do, though. It really is a horror game, in the sense that the commonality of these issues, all these different people experiencing these supernatural things, it makes you wonder, right? It's like cosmic horror, but stranger. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
It stole me. It stole me.
It looks like it stole your face.
I'm not me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It took me. It took me. I can't see myself anymore. I'm gone. Help me. Help get me back, please.
Right.
Please hold.
I don't remember which one this is. Took your face. I remember that being a thing. It's not memory wisp. Memory wisp take memories. So what would it be? Oh, maybe this one. Mirror nymphs are a subspecies of nymph that are known for stealing the likeness of homeowners and passers-by. While it stole you, yes. Generally small, faceless, and voiceless humanoids carrying a large mirror that they beckon others to look into. Commonly report not being able to recognize their own face. Very good. Very good. Mirror nymphs will wander to different locations provided nobody looks into their mirror. Afflicted homeowners can restore their likeness by catching the mirror nymph and breaking its mirror with an iron implement. Gotta be iron. Remember, fey creatures, notably susceptible to iron. Werewolves are susceptible to silver. But fey creatures have always been iron, especially wrought iron, like horseshoe iron. That's where that comes from, lucky horseshoes. Ma'am, you are experiencing a mirror nymph taking your likeness. You will have to track down whatever mirror nymph you looked at and break its mirror. I don't know how you're going to locate the exact mirror nymph that stole your likeness, but should you do so, you'll be able to recognize your face again. Yeah, this game's a lot easier than I thought it would be. Like, these outages are usually on the easier ones, which I'm thankful for now. I'm not sure about the lamp sprite, but I'm pretty sure the only ones that had insect-like wings were the sprites. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
I think some homeless or druggies might be in my house because
Uh-huh.
I keep finding used needles, cans,
Horde.
metal
It's a
stuff,
horde.
and other such nasty things on my living room carpet.
Yes, rusty
I
metal.
have children in this house, and this is a very serious hazard to their health. And before you
Well, you
say
should have kept your
anything,
house
yes,
clean.
I already called the police, and they told me to call this number instead.
Right,
So
they usually
I
do.
assume that you will send over the proper authorities to deal with this matter promptly.
Well, 1 second, please, ma'am.
Please hold.
You are experiencing, the Horde. And I don't remember if that has... Yes, it's an H, despite having the in front. Unfortunately for you, there's nothing you can do about that. You might want to move. I'd probably burn my house down, if I were in your case. You should have kept your house clean. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And that's true in a lot of cases, right? But so often we forget to take care of the fey problems in our own lives. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
Yeah, is there some kind of home security camera I can purchase from you guys?
We apparently
The
do have
last 2
those.
nights we haven't
Oh,
outside
yeah,
with
yeah.
flashlights or something. Someone keeps flashing these bright lights through our windows at
Kind of like
night, but
UFOs
I
or...
haven't been able to see who's doing it. I want to catch them on camera so I can finally bust these stupid teens for all they're worth.
Well, sir, unfortunately it's not teens and it's not a prank. Please do not listen to the whispering of the night wisps. That's what you have there,
Please
sir.
hold.
You just have to ignore those, unfortunately. The night wisps are kind of like fairy lights, kind of like UFOs, just balls of light, and they will whisper to you at night. I suggest listening to something. I always go to sleep with headphones in my ears for exactly this reason. You don't want to be tempted by their tales of riches and glory and fame, or else they'll just draw you into their fairy world and feed off your corpse forever. Yeah. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. You've got a home safety hotline. How may I assist you?
Hey, so I think I found some kind of door.
In your
I
house?
feel like maybe I should step through it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. You probably shouldn't.
I think I need to go inside.
I don't think you
The
do,
wind
ma'am.
feels so nice.
You got a draft? Well, thank you for telling me. I have everything I need to know. I'm
Please
going to
hold.
send you some information about your problem, although I think you know what it is. You have a portal in your home, and it's going to cause draft problems. Like, it's not a closet labyrinth because there is a draft, so, it's just a portal. However, you'll never know what's on the other side of the portal, unless you step through, which I do not recommend doing. Anything could be on the other side of the portal. Usually a Fey realm. And the Fey realms are very dangerous places. You can be Rip Van Winkled, right? And you could end up basically gone for hundreds of years, and no one would know where you went. Suddenly you get whisked away, and maybe if you're lucky, you can come back from the fairy realm. But if you're not lucky, they'll keep you there forever. Their queen might marry you, or you might just be a pet for them. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
This might, sound strange, but I think there's some kind of, squid or something in my
Squid.
bathroom. I went into the bathroom in the middle of the night last night, and I could
Was there
see
squeaking?
something slithering under near the
Slithering.
with its, little tentacles or, tendrils, or,
I don't think
whatever.
tendricle's a word.
But when I turned on the lights, nothing was there.
Uh-huh.
I checked under the towel, under, that little soap thing and everything,
Uh-huh.
but I know it's somewhere. It's too freaking big to have gone down the drain. Still gotta be hiding in here.
Well, you caught sight of something very
Please
strange there.
hold.
I can see where you're trying to trick me up with a drain hob or pipe hob or whatever, or the laundry gnome. Soap's a dead giveaway. I remember seeing the cute soap sprite, and it had those tendricles, as you might describe them. That's such a strange sounding word, tendricles. um, you have a soap sprite, and what you're gonna need to do is get a pair of kitchen tongs, and you will have to throw these kitchen tongs away. Pick it up, any soap in your house, and throw it outside. 100%. Very good. We're rocking now. We've only gotten one or two wrong so far, and that was Wednesdays. I'm not sure what we did wrong there, but we're doing pretty well. I'm happy with our success so far. Thunder Peak. Let's watch that first, then I'll grab a drink. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Got some seasonality there. Faceless today? I have a face, I just don't have skin. Thunder Peak. Thunder Peak is one of America's most dangerous yet rewarding hiking locations. I thought that would be quicker. In this guide, we'll show you how you can be best prepared for one of nature's most beautiful trails. I don't think it is. I've seen prettier. Supplies. I didn't feel like having skin today, so I took it off. I added new, fresh blood to my suit to make it glisten a bit more. As with any hiking trail, you'll want to ensure you come prepared with supplies to help you meet the demanding physical trials ahead. I usually forgo that advice. I'll take a water bottle, maybe. Hiking boots? Okay. Yeah, if you're gonna count hiking boots, I take those. Make sure to bring a water bottle. Yes, okay. Glad you can be comfortable in... Yeah, well that's the problem. I'm not comfortable in my skin. That's why I'm not wearing it. Make sure to bring an iron sword. For the Fae, of course. We were just talking about going through archways. Climbing gloves? I don't actually own climbing gloves. I don't like them. I'd rather do it barehanded. If you don't have access to all these materials, be sure to consult one of the Thunder Peak Park guides before embarking. Yes, out of my skin, that is correct. The trail. What about the trail? Thunder Peak Trail. Thunder Peak Trail is a straightforward but steep trail, consisting mostly of switchbacks leading through a natural cave, and finally a short climb up to a pristine peak. Sounds pretty. Pace yourself as you progress. This both conserves energy and helps you appreciate the scenery around you. Okay, it's pretty. I'll accept it's pretty. This is West Coast though. What's behind the rocks? Be sure to stop and read something. When you see red and yellow lines, it means you are in a high rockfall area. Travel with caution. Oh yeah, mass wasting events are no joke. I was just looking at the strata there. Once you've entered the quiet zone, remain completely silent. Why? What's in there? What kind of beasties are in there? As you approach the cave entrance, remove your hiking boots. I am not hiking without boots on. This is insanity. That's not even a boot. Like, why would you buy boots without, like, the high ankle support? Enter the cave. Just looking at the strata there. Well, it's true. It was very interesting. It looked like it was upturned a little bit. Definitely, when inside the cave, move carefully and quietly. Do not stop. Why would anyone hike through this? Like, this is a disaster. Just waiting to happen. It's very pretty strata, though. Follow the lights. Do not stray. You can't trick me. I've seen the Fellowship of the Rings. I've seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I know not to follow the lights. If you hear this sound, stay still and unsheath your sword. Is it a grue? Should I have brought a torch with me? That's kind of like Slender Man, wasn't it? Yeah, the Marble Hornet Slender Man. That was back when... Once you exit the cave, put on your boots and gloves for the final climb to the peak. It was very Marble Hornets analog horror, early YouTube horror stuff. You made it. Now enjoy the view. It's pretty. I'll give you that. West Coast Mountains, Rocky Mountains kind of area. Not quite sure where this is. Can't quite tell. Looks like igneous rock, though. Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty. I don't know if I'd hike there, especially not through a cave. I don't like caves in general. Address is no longer active. Mike! Hello. If you are receiving this email, it's because you have been emailed by this address before. The employee this address is registered to is no longer employed here at HomeSafety Hotline. As of 4/30/1996, this address will be shut down and no longer able to send or receive email messages. If you still need support from HSH, please email us at support@hshmail. Thank you. Home Safety Hotline Support. That's great. Mike is no longer going to bother us with his misspelled words. Daily coupon, hag hide. No, no, there are no hag hides out there. Hag hide isn't real, and she can't hurt you. Congratulations, employee. Your high accuracy rate has awarded you today's daily coupon. Today's coupon is hag hide. Yes, no. Yes, but no. No, I'm not making a hag hide. It's not happening. Source cruelty-free from the perished and treated with our flower-scented formula. These are the best quality hag hides you'll find. This month only. We'll even throw in an iron wall mount free of charge, which will keep the hag hide from casting spells at you. Let the whispers keep your bed the safe haven it should be. Sleep easier, sleep safer. To receive your discount, simply type the following code during your online checkout. Haggling for deals. Keep up the great work, employee. I hate it. It's just a rubber mask. Halloween costume this year, at least. Uh, you know, that there are a lot of variants that I've planned and just never gotten to. That I need to work on first. We'll see if I even do anything for the holidays. I think Smoky Hime was really the most hag-like that I've been so far. She's more of a lolly, though, wasn't she? Let's clock in. I can't believe we're wasting my Saturday here. We still have some access that we don't have. That's great. I'm gonna have to learn more of them. Being Saturday, and if we only have to work till Sunday, or we're working on Sunday, we'll probably get the rest of them today, right? Do we finally get our full clearance for this job? I hope so. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to HomeSafety Hotline. How may I assist you?
Park employee.
Oh, Carol, good to
Hyde
see
here
you.
once more. Supervisor Carol here again. I've updated thy permissions to
Yes,
grant
of
thee
course you did.
access to all relevant household hazard information.
Thank you very
Continue thy
much.
labors, employee. Soon thy time in the soil arriveth. Prepare thy body.
Excuse me? Are you saying you're going to give me a dirt nap? That's vaguely threatening. I don't want to be in a soil. I like being above the soil. Yes, I caught that too. Autumn vines. I don't know, it could have been clearer. Like, dirt naps are a thing. uh, then there are like rolls in the hay, right? Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to HomeSafety Hotline.
Some kind of animal has
Root
gotten into
plants,
my
yes.
cellar. I know it's down there because I can hear it flapping around sometimes when the house is quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, what to do to get rid of this thing? Because I think it's getting into all my Pinot Noirs and
Ah,
Chardonnays. I
gotcha.
found a whole bunch of broken bottles on the floor. Stupid thing is probably getting loaded.
Then what you probably have is a wine sprite, but I'm gonna read all of my entries first, because I never know when this stupid network is going to go offline. I'm gonna put you on hold for about 2 to 3 hours, even though I don't need to, because I just got my permissions updated about 15 minutes ago. By the way, I should have told you at the start of this call may be recorded for quality assurance reasons. Enjoy the 2 to 3 hours of wait time. Please hold.
Please hold.
I know what her problem is, it's a wine sprite. Need to be prepared to understand the root plants. That sounds like the root of the problem, but I still don't know what she means by soon the time for me being in the soil arriveth. Very ominous. Autumn vines are vines with orange or red leaves that are known to slowly grow over a house, frequently occurring during the fall. Homeowners with autumn vines often report feeling dizzy, lightheaded, or blissful. Okay, so we have two different vine things now. We have sprig vines, and we have autumn vines. Sprig vines grow over exits, and do not cause any other physiological or psychological distress. The pheromones autumn vines release in the air, while not toxic, can often cause household accidents thanks to their blissful, dizzying effects. I wouldn't mind growing some of those, actually. To remove autumn vines from a household, locate where the initial growth is coming from by inspecting the soil around the home for an extended red parent vine. Pull this vine out by the roots and burn it. Prevent autumn vine growth by making regular offerings of insects or meat substances to the ones beneath the soil. Yeah, they're in league with the gnomes. Or not the gnomes, the moles. Bad hag. I have one of your skins. Or I'm gonna buy one. That's uncanny. That's absolutely uncanny. I once had an experience with, I guess, sleep paralysis would be the best way of describing it. I was awake, but I couldn't move. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw this shadowy, cat-like size lump move onto my bed, crawling up my legs. I could feel it crawling up my legs. There was pressure up my legs. And then it sat on my chest. And I couldn't breathe. I couldn't scream. I couldn't do anything. And all I could do was make that kind of wheezing noise that the bed hag just made. And once I did finally get to make that wheezing noise, the pressure was gone. And I guess the sleep paralysis ended. But that's uncanny, how close that was to the noise I made. The wheezing. You know? Yeah. Bed hags are large humanoid creatures with an elderly, woman-like appearance. They're known to dwell beneath beds, hammocks, and other suspended sleeping apparatus. Should be apparatus. Homeowners infested with bed hags will sometimes report croaking or wheezing sounds at night, or the feeling of a heavy weight on their chest at night. I did not read that. I did not read that before I said that. Bed hags are not dangerous to most healthy human adults, but small children and humans suffering from breathing problems, such as asthma, may be adversely affected by their presence. Bed hags are known to steal the breath of their sleeping subjects at night, causing a shortness of breath and sometimes sleep paralysis. Yeah, it's very weird. Sleep paralysis is very weird. I don't usually have hallucinations either. It's unfortunate if anyone does. That sounds awful. It's not there. Most of the time, yeah, well, most of the time all I see are like shadow-sized lumps of kind of vaguely moving like a cat. And I hear that might be caffeine addiction. I don't know. Seeing spiders is probably worse. Bed hags can in fact be beneficial to a home, as their presence can frighten off other pests, such as various insects or mice. In the cases where a bed hag is undesirable, it is advised to utilize HSH's pest removal services, and then they will turn that bed hag into a nice hag skin or hag hide. Dorcha. Or is it Dorka? Probably Dorcha. Dorcha is the one who delivers. It's like an Amazon delivery or caffeine addiction. Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. It could be caffeine addiction. I'm drinking coffee tonight, by the way. The one who delivers. Homeowners experiencing Dorcha commonly report feelings of immense dread and the sensation of being followed or pursued. They may also experience visions of a great lurking shadow. That's also worrying. Dorcha will deliver that which it seeks. It delivers what it seeks. It doesn't... How do you deliver something that you're seeking? That seems like a paradox, like some kind of riddle. Be specific. I'm drinking coffee. It's not wine. I haven't had wine in a couple weeks. I've been completely sober, and it's been very boring. That which it seeks. There's no coming back from Deliverance. Oh, that's true. The movie Deliverance? You're not coming back from that. I've been in places that look like that. I've lived there for large portions of my life. You don't come back from it. A small part of you dies there, and just remains there forever. Dorcha is otherwise harmless to humans. It does not seek. To be sought by Dorcha is to be found by Dorcha. If you or a loved one are sought by Dorcha, it is advised to grieve and find peace through acceptance. Great, so there's nothing you can do about this shadow seeker. Or not seeker, shadow finder? Shadow hider? I don't know. It's very inconsistent, isn't it? Like, it says it seeks things, but it doesn't seek. I don't know. Leprechaun! Oh, it's a weird leprechaun. Not usually what I think of when I see a leprechaun, is it? Leprechauns are small humanoids covered in long brown hair that are known for consuming common household valuables such as jewelry, silverware, and other precious metals. In addition to being a household nuisance, leprechauns' appetite for precious metals can also cause long-term damage to heaters, furnaces, and other common appliances if they are not properly protected. Additionally, leprechauns can occasionally cause direct harm to humans in cases where homeowners have metallic medical implants, such as braces, crowns, or joint replacements. Wow, you're eating the titanium out of their joint replacements? That's very strange. Leprechauns will move on to other feeding grounds on their own once they run out of food, but more proactive means of removal require physical capture. I bet you could bait a trap. You could probably put a gold coin on a rat trap and catch one of these things. They look small enough, right? Those rat traps are pretty powerful too. I'm not talking about the mouse traps, I'm talking about the huge ones made for rats. They would decapitate a mouse, cleave its body in half. If immediate removal is desired, it is recommended to utilize professional help via HSH's pest control services. I do feel like that's one of the easier ones to get rid of, especially if it's an iron mouse trap or rat trap. Neighbor's doorway. Oh, this one's going to be tricky. I can already tell we're going to have to confuse this with a portal. Neighbor's doorways are doorframe-like structures that can often appear in basements or cellars. They're known to cause confusion if stepped through, as well as parallelism. Neighbors' doorways do not cause any direct harm to humans, but if stepped through, the resulting parallelism will often result in unwanted household activity, such as an altered behavior or perceived missing memories in the human who comes through the other side. This is definitely going to be confused with other things, isn't it? Neighbors' doorways are tricky to remove without accidentally putting one's body through them, and potentially triggering the parallel activity. It is advised to utilize HSH's doorway removal services. One can prevent neighbors' doorways from occurring by practicing mindfulness and not letting one's mind wander towards wishing for alternate life paths. Oh. This is like an isekai door, but instead of leading you to another world, it just makes you confused. That's sad. Puka. What's a puka? That's creepy. I like the puka. I would call this a kobold if I saw it before I saw the kobold. Getting those doors everywhere in your house, don't step through them. Puka are shapeless creatures that commonly inhabit homes in the shape and likenesses of a household pet. They're known for their tendency to replace common pets such as dogs or cats, and live in their place to watch homeowners eat and sleep. Homeowners with pukas frequently report unusual or frightening pet behavior. Pukas are relatively harmless to humans, but the discarded bodies of household pets they leave behind can, over time, create other pest and disease hazards within the home. Foul smell signifies decay, and the discarded body should be found and removed immediately. Pukas can be encouraged to leave the home by not drawing attention to their activities. Pukas thrive on the attention they receive from frightened homeowners, so refrain from screaming or yelling when surprised by them, and make attempts to ignore their presence whenever possible. That's sad. Your pet gets replaced, and instead of being able to show love to the pet, you just have to ignore them. That's really sad. Reanimation. It's just the skeletal corpse, okay. Reanimations are any deceased remains of living creatures capable of moving on their own. Homeowners with reanimations commonly report foul smells, soil being tracked inside the home, and large holes in the ground appearing near or around their home. Reanimations are capable of spreading a wide variety of dangerous diseases and parasites deadly to humans. I would imagine prions, too. So close proximity or contact should be avoided at all costs. They're also commonly used to inflict direct violence against homeowners, and are incredibly adept at hiding and waiting for vulnerable moments. That's not great. Like, you have to be very stealthy as a living corpse to, I guess, stalk and hide in a person's home. I think you would notice a living corpse in your home, whether by smell or by footprints, some kind of track, or just the huge thing hulking in your corner. I imagine that would probably be one of the best giveaways, seeing a rotting corpse sitting at your kitchen table. Maybe, you know what? If it were my kitchen table, I probably wouldn't notice it amongst the other rotting corpses there, so I guess that would be fine. Reanimation's pursuit is slow but relentless, so relocation is not necessary or advisable. It is advised to contact any friends, neighbors, or strangers the homeowners may have recently slighted and make peace or bargain. Yeah, always bury the hatchet with necromancers. Otherwise, they're gonna dig you up when you die, and, oh, there's the Spriggan. They're going to cause you to be their slave for all eternity. Why are there rotting corpses at my table? Because I haven't found a way to preserve them. That's the problem, right? Where's the Spriggan here? Is it just the bush outside? I can't really tell. It looks like it might be a face. Spriggans are small green humanoids with leaf-like coatings on their bodies. They are seen rarely in households and reside primarily inside trees. They are loraxes. They are known to act violently upon homeowners when provoked. However, homeowners affected by spriggans commonly report rapid vine growth in and around their homes, and the feeling that the trees are watching them. I've had that feeling before, too. Only they were. Spriggans are incredibly dangerous to humans when provoked, and physical contact with one will result in the growth of a sprig tree within the affected individual. Spriggans cannot be persuaded to leave the home once provoked. However, one can take precautions to prevent provoking a spriggan. Refrain from removing trees, flowers, or weeds on your property. Do not ever kill or hunt wildlife within view of your home. Do not eat any wild fruit or vegetable that may grow on your property. I only eat wild fruits that grow off of my property, so that's taken care of. Consider making offers of water each night, left in a clean dish on your porch. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I've angered a spriggan. It's quite possible with all the things I do in nature. They call them unnatural. I call them perfectly natural. No gardens allowed? Well, those wouldn't be wild. You'd just have to deal with the seedlings in that case. That one's clearly a troll. It's very flabby looking. Very loud, too. Kind of wheezy. Like air escaping from a tire. You ever puncture a tire while driving? Like you, I don't know, run over a rusty piece of metal, puncture a tire, and there's a slow leak in it? That's what that kind of sounded like. Trolls are giant, 12-foot tall nocturnal creatures that normally are not seen in the home. However, during the winter, they will deflate their bodies in order to fit, so they do deflate, in order to fit inside homes and steal warm materials such as blankets or articles of clothing. Homeowners infested with a troll will frequently report missing clothes or claim to hear the shrill sounds of air escaping in the middle of the night. Trolls are very dangerous to humans when they are startled, thanks to their ability to inflate their bodies to their full height of 12 feet in a matter of seconds. Their skin, despite its flexibility, is incredibly durable and will smash through the ceilings of most homes when fully inflated, causing property damage and injury to anyone in the vicinity. Do not ever approach a troll. An active troll will leave by morning once it has secured its bounty. It is recommended to install repelling fixtures such as UV lights to prevent future break-ins. That's a classic, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that's even in The Hobbit, that trolls turn to stone when the sunlight hits them. Warlock remnant. Oh, that is creepy. I like it. Warlock remnants are a residual presence often left behind by former warlocks, most commonly inhabiting older households, castles, or underground dwellings. Homeowners experiencing warlock remnants often report objects moving on their own, the sound of hostile warning whispers, or sighting bearded figures in reflective surfaces. I've seen bearded figures in my mirrors before, you know. That's fairly common for me to see bearded figures in my mirrors. Warlock remnants, while a hostile presence, are mere echoes of their former selves, and are generally harmless. Their ability to manipulate small household objects can prove hazardous to less cautious homeowners, however. Homeowners can purge the remnant from their home with the use of a Seelie stone? I don't know what that is, but the journey to retrieve one is both long and perilous, and not recommended. If a warlock remnant proves sufficiently hazardous or inconvenient, it is highly recommended for homeowners to simply relocate. Figures, or one figure, multiple at the same time. What were we doing here? I'm pretty sure this woman had a wine cellar that was infested with wine sprites, right? I'm sorry for the wait, ma'am. I knew right away what you had. That's a wine sprite. And I don't remember what you're supposed to do for wine sprites. Probably clean up your wine, you know? Don't leave exploded wine bottles in your cellar. Huh? Well, yeah. Yeah, you have two eyes, right? Of course, the eyes aren't real because we don't have souls, but it's fairly common to see bearded figures in your mirrors, right? Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
So, I think something may have died inside my
Mm-hmm.
desk. It stinks to high heavens, and
You have wood
something is leaking
secretions.
out of it. I had to lock the door to my office since my kids are overly curious about the smell, so
Mm-hmm.
I need to know what to do about this as soon as possible.
Please hold, ma'am. I'm pretty sure you have wood
Please
secretions. Let
hold.
me just double check that because I remember this one because it reminded me of the first Ghostbusters movie. The intro where the library ghost starts putting ectoplasm all throughout the basement of the library. Yeah, pretty sure that's what we have here. Wood secretions are a pink viscous liquid substance that can sometimes form from wood that has been mistreated. Yeah. Sticky pooling buildup. Uh, Foul odor. Yeah, you have wood secretions. You really should have taken better care of your wood. I suggest burning your desk, getting rid of it. I don't think you're going to be able to clean that. If you have any other wooden furniture in your house, I suggest taking better care of it, though. Yeah. Not much you can do now that you already have the secretions. Do not ever insult or shout at wood. I like that. That's a good... You know, we used to have a wooden television set, right? Like, well, it wasn't made of wood. It had a wooden box. It was a big cathode ray tube one. And it had the wood casing, I guess, furniture, whatever you'd call it. It was very cool. I wish they had wood panel televisions nowadays, but I guess they would be very small. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
I think there's someone watching me.
Mm-hmm.
Outside,
Probably is.
something is moving around in the trees, and I can never get a good look at them, but I
Watching
know
from the
they're out
trees, huh?
there. I've seen their eyes.
From the
I
trees?
don't know who they are, but the police were no help. They
Uh-huh.
just asked me stupid questions like if I mowed my lawn recently or if
Yeah.
I ate fruit in public or something, and told me to call you. Hoping you'll be more helpful.
Well, I'm glad the police directed
Please
you to
hold.
us. You have a Spriggan problem. I don't know how you offended your Spriggan, but leave some clean water in a bowl at night, every night, in fact, and maybe it'll forgive you. Please do avoid touching the Spriggan or allowing it to touch you. Otherwise, you'll turn into a sticky tree mass, and that's not great for you or us because you are paying us for our services. And any other customers we lose means less money for the company. I can't have that because I'm already working on my weekends. I can't afford to lose another customer. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
My brother told me to call this number, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Things have never been better around here.
Oh, I see. You
My
feeling
brother says
blissful?
he doesn't like the way the leaves move,
Hmm.
the way they grow around the house like a warm embrace. Things are good here, brother. Things are
Ah,
good. Would you tell my brother that things are good?
um, ma'am, you seem pretty confused and blissful
Please
there.
hold.
I assume you have autumn leaves or autumn vines. Yeah, that's what they're called. Uh, please do mind that you can be very clumsy when you're in that kind of state of mind. So watch yourself around knives. Consider removing the red parent vine coming from whatever the source is below the soil. And don't anger the moles or the friends of the moles. So avoid any digging projects. Which is weird because you're apparently supposed to pull those autumn vine roots up and then burn them? That sounds like a great way to get a sprig into your house. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
Hi. Do you know how I got here?
Oh.
I'm not where I should be. Please, I was told that you could help me.
Mm-hmm.
My family.
Are they like
I don't know
alternate
what's
versions of
happened.
your family?
Please tell me how to get back to my family.
If I had a nickel for every time I thought, I'm not where I should be. Well,
Please
ma'am,
hold.
unfortunately, you stepped through a neighbor's doorway, which means you're experiencing some parallelism, which is just a nice way of saying that you have some existential issues you're dealing with. Unfortunately, your life hasn't gone the way you wanted it to, and now you're working in a call center for the home safety hotline. We've all been there from time to time. Um, you'll get over it. I'm sure you will. Hey there, Hyde here. Home Safety Hotline, how may I assist you?
Hi, yeah, there's this awful smell of rotten
Ooh,
eggs coming
rotten
from my
eggs.
dining room,
Is
and
it from
when I
your
looked to see what it was, I
trash
saw this
can?
awful, disgusting pile of crap
Oh.
on my dinner table.
Oh.
It's quite big too, which has me worried that
Hmm.
whatever produced this might still be in the house. Because who knows how big this thing is? I mean, my dog can't even lay down something that big.
So you have something that smells awful, like rotten eggs, but it's on your kitchen table. Ah, that's tough.
Please hold.
I want to say Fey Feast for the fact that it's on your kitchen table. Some fungi can smell pretty bad. And of course, again, flour and cornmeal. When they get wet, they smell terrible. Very sour. Gas leak is also a possibility. Yeah. Hydrogen sulfide gas is added to natural gas that is piped into the homes or typically propane tanks, just to let you know that there is a leak so you can smell it. A small amount of hydrogen sulfide is not dangerous, but it is very noticeable. Larger amounts of hydrogen sulfide lead to nose blindness, which is a thing, where you can no longer smell the hydrogen sulfide, so that's dangerous. So if you ever smell it and then stop smelling it, you might have a problem. Typically, the percentage is fairly low in natural gas, so it wouldn't lead to blindness. Yeah, you have Fey Feast, I think. Unfortunately, you have to eat it. You and your dog have to eat the Fey Feast. You do not want to anger the Fae by denying their feast. They're very grateful for something you did. Um, they like your home, and it's very kind of them. However, it is very rude if you do not eat the pile of crap on your table. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
Yeah, Paul here. I'm not sure what to do anymore. My kids can't sleep at night. I've
Uh-huh.
been spraying about 50 different kinds of
Mm-hmm.
pesticides all over the place, washed and scrubbed all the bed sheets as much as frickin' possible.
Do you have little
And every
teeth like
night it's the same
growths?
story. Bunch of itchy kids with nightmares, waking up at 4 a.m. and begging to sleep in Papa's bed. I'm fresh out of ideas.
Hmm. Um, bed bugs would make sense here. Some of them are resistant to pesticides. The thing that gets me is that you're using pesticides and you're gonna have... You washed and scrubbed them. It can't be bed teeth. Bed teeth only grow on unwashed and unscrubbed sheets. If it's that persistent, you probably have bed bugs
Please
in
hold.
your mattress itself. And when you have bed bugs in the mattress, which is where they prefer to live, in fact, you can't really do anything to get rid of them. Pesticides won't do it. They're resistant to a lot of pesticides, or they can cloister in there. So, yeah, burn your mattress. Hey there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
Okay, you want to explain to me what the hell is happening? I called last week to ask why my home heater has been having issues, and
Uh-huh.
nothing's changed after following the instructions you sent me. Be quiet. I know your teeth hurt, but Daddy's on the phone right now. Anyway, we're still freezing our butts off over here, so tell me what the hell is happening right now so I can get this fixed properly.
Teeth hurt. Gotcha. Okay, I know what's going on here. We just read about this. Heater and teeth hurt. So they
Please
probably
hold.
had a crown on one of their teeth, and you have a leprechaun problem. That threw me for a loop there for a second. I wasn't quite sure where that was going. But leprechaun. I remember for sure leprechaun said that they eat metals out of heaters, radiators, and dental crowns, bridges, or whatever else it was. Who knows? Who knows what it was? Races? Something. You had teeth issues. You had a heater problem. It's a leprechaun. I am 90% sure it was a leprechaun. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you? Edward! Hi there, Edward. I'm an Edward too.
My wife and I a run for our money.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, my wife's clothes have started going missing, and at night I keep hearing this strange whoopee cushion type sound coming from outside.
Like air releasing, yes.
I tried to scare the kids off by keeping the porch lights on at
Are they
night
UV lights?
and putting out a neighborhood watch sign, but I think they're onto my tricks. Do you have any advice you can send me?
Yes, sir, I do. Please hold while I send it over.
Please hold.
The whoopee cushion noise is very consistent with a troll. So I imagine getting yourself some UV lights will solve your problem, at least a little bit. If you have any other problems, you can contact some kind of troll removal service. I'm sure we have one. We have tens of dozens of different pest removal services available to you. As a loyal customer to HSH, all you have to do is pay more money to us. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
Hello, I saw your
Hello.
commercial and I thought I would call just in case you might know
You're very
what's
posh,
going
aren't you?
on. I was recently putting on my kettle for a bit of afternoon Earl Grey.
Earl Grey,
when I heard
huh?
an awful buzzing sound coming from the cupboard.
Like an insect?
I looked
Like
around
insect
inside,
wings?
but I couldn't find anything but a few loose tea leaves.
Oh, those weren't
I'm
loose
quite
tea leaves.
concerned about the hornets and the bees and the like because I'm quite allergic to their stings, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to know if there's anything I should be worried about right now. My hearing isn't what it used to be, after all.
Well, ma'am, I have good news and I have bad news.
Please hold.
You don't have a bee problem. You don't have, a hornet problem. You're not gonna get stung. However, you should throw your tea away, because what you have are tea sprites. 90% sure. And I'm not going to look. I'm pretty sure it's a tea sprite. Those weren't loose tea leaves, those were droppings. Do not use them. Yeah, do not use them. They can spread diseases, especially Fey flu, which is a serious condition for most humans. Not ideal. Do not recommend. Really young child? Yeah, I know it's not common for children to get their baby teeth. Sorry, I saw this late. Baby teeth filled. Ouch. But I knew people who did. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline.
Hi, we need some
Especially if they were
medical
the
help.
only teeth they had or
I'm not
something.
exactly sure what to say since I talked to our family practitioner
Mm-hmm.
already, but he said to call here, so we've been having some trouble sleeping. I thought
Do you
it was
hear
just
things
me,
beneath your
but
bed?
both my husband and I started feeling shortness of breath
Oh,
around the same
yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about something spreading through our house since our kids all have asthma and
Oh.
some particularly severe allergies.
Oh, that's
We
not
tried
good.
washing all the bed sheets in the house, but that didn't really help much. Thankfully, the kids haven't had any issues yet, so could you help us out sooner rather than later?
Well, if you were concerned about it being something spread throughout the house, it could be black mold.
Please
However,
hold.
the fact that the kids are not having problems yet, and you're experiencing shortness of breath specifically, I think you have bed hags. Don't worry about the bed hag. They're actually beneficial for your house, right? They keep out other pests. They eat insects and spiders. Probably dreamweavers too, if I had to guess. However, if it is a concern because they have asthma or something, call our HSH pest removal services. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. How may I assist you?
So, I've been hearing this weird sound coming from the walls. Not exactly sure what it is, but I've been having a hard time sleeping at night because of this thing.
Yes. It's very pretty.
Can you hear that?
Yes, it's very pretty.
Non-stop lately. I've replaced all of my smoke detector batteries and everything, but I cannot figure out where the sound is coming from.
Please hold.
There was a fungus that did that. I can't remember which one. But there is a fungus that makes noise, and if you hear that noise, and that was a very pretty noise, that's a problem for you, ma'am. Let me check real quick. The sooner we deal with this fungus, the better, too, if I remember correctly. You need to get out of your house. Whistling fungus? Is that it? That's close. Whistling fungi are small mushroom-like growths with many small holes in their caps that frequently grow through drywall gaps and cracks. Homeowners infested with whistling fungi often report a dissonant whistling sound coming from their walls. Yeah, that sounds about right. If you ever hear whistling fungi singing in harmony, evacuate your home immediately. Whistling fungi are rarely dangerous to humans, but their growth can cause foundational problems. Common weed killers, okay. Well, there you go, ma'am. You have whistling fungi. And yours sound pretty in my ears. I don't know. I probably wouldn't want to get rid of them, right? Like, there are worse things you could hear at night. Like the, night gnomes breathing outside of your windows. Having some whistling fungus is probably much better than that. I'd prefer it, in fact. That said, it's probably very disconcerting and it may be affecting your foundation. Consider getting professional services to remove it. I never like dealing with walls, or things behind walls, or in walls. You never know when there's asbestos in there. Hey there, hi there, hi here. Welcome to HomeSafety Hotline. How may I assist you today?
Hello? Can
Hello?
you help me? There's this terrible smell in my house, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't figure out where on earth it's coming from.
It's not your garbage
I think
can?
it's upsetting my puppy Meatball, too.
Oh.
He's really been acting up
Oh
lately.
no.
I can hardly blame him. It smells so terribly rotten. Please, can you help?
Oh no. Oh no. Ma'am, I am so sorry to tell you this, but your puppy Meatball. Your puppy Meatball is gone. Your puppy Meatball does no longer exist. Uh the smell is your puppy Meatball. You have a puka in your house,
Please hold.
which is basically impersonating your dog. Don't give it any attention. As much as you want to pet the thing that looks like your dog, you have to remember, it is not your dog. It is an imitation, wearing its skin. Although I don't know if it's actually wearing its skin or just shapeshifted into its form. I'm pretty sure it said it was formless. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to HomeSafety Hotline. How may I assist you? Oh, it's Flipper again. Did you get turned into a mouse, Flipper? That's so unfortunate. I liked Flipper. Flipper was better than, Gubber. 100%. Very good. I wasn't sure about the bed bugs. Isn't that a weird turn of events? I wasn't sure about the most mundane thing we had. Everything else I was pretty okay with. I didn't even look up T-sprites. Entry browser? We'll read the mailbox first. What do we have in here? Congratulations. From HSH Corporate, employee number 36, we are happy to report that we are most pleased with your labors and are currently making all the necessary preparations for your impending dissension? You don't mean ascension, do you? Assuming you pass the trial. The soil is fertile. Keep up the great work, and thanks for working through the weekend. Sincerely, HSH Corporate. I don't really want to descend. I would rather ascend, if possible. Glamour Stone. Congratulations, employee. Your high accuracy rate has awarded you today's daily coupon. Today's daily coupon is for Glamour Stone. Whether you're simply too tired to concentrate, or if you just want to look your best without the stress, our Glamour Stones are here to put you at ease. With our patented protective seal, our Glamour Stones have a 99.9% reliability rating. To receive your discount, simply type the following code during your online checkout. Wham glam, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. $1,299. I know a lot of people put a lot of money into their appearance, but that's... I don't know how to feel about that. So basically, this is just everything we've learned. I don't like that this is here. The fact that this is here is a problem for me. Well, let's clock into our last day, huh? I'm sure it can't go that terribly. We can do this. I believe in myself. Alright. Oh, I do not like that. That was weird. That little, jittering. Trial hath begun. What do you mean the trial hath begun? What trial? I didn't sign up for a trial, Carol. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Welcome to HomeSafety Hotline. This is Hyde. Queen. We are many, we are above. Something that lives high. Followers of a queen.
Please hold.
Oh. Okay. This one's easy. Queen bee. You are bees. That's a strange thing to say to a person. You're bees, right? Oh, wow. Oh. Info successfully sent. Good job. Showcase your knowledge. We're going deeper into the soil. I guess we are descending, aren't we? Like, we were a tree before. Now we're in, the soil. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Home safety hotline, I think. Serve your purpose, then you die. Oh, I know what you are.
Please
You're an
hold.
animation. Oh, you can't read these. Okay. I'm glad I know what you are. You're the puppet, the animation. Or you could have been reanimation. Ah, no, you serve a purpose, then you die. That's an animation. Forge ahead. I don't like that I can't read these anymore. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Home safety hotline, I think. I'm the beggar, I'm the encroacher of the dry. Friend to the water of the sky. Beggar, begging for something. Encroacher of the dry. Wet. Friend to the water in the sky. Rain. Oh,
Please hold.
gotcha. We just read about this one. Rain nymph. The one that was talking. Remember that? I'm so glad I'm doing this all in one day. The ones I did last week, or I guess 2 weeks ago, are probably going to be the worst for me. Yeah. But anything we did today, gonna be fresh in my mind, and I think we're gonna get it. Yeah. I think that's right. We're going even deeper into the primordial ooze of the soil and what's below. Hey there, Hyde here. Welcome to Home Safety Hotline. Harbinger of death, bringer of pestilence. Uh-huh. I am forever the nuisance. What am I?
Please hold.
Okay, give me a second to look over these. Harbinger of death. Pestilence. Pestilence is a harbinger of death. So like Black Plague, bed bugs could be black bed bugs, could be Black Death, could be cockroaches maybe. Forever a nuisance. Cockroaches definitely would be, but cockroaches. Is there something more associated with death and pest? Aha, housefly. I think that's it. Let's keep looking. Mice. Mice could be mice. Mice carry fleas. Fleas were what transmitted the Black Plague. They are forever a nuisance. Bringer of pestilence. I think pestilence is more associated with, like, Beelzebub and the Lord of the Flies. Harbinger of death. Rotten. Rotten. Okay. If it's rotten, houseflies is more likely. Raccoons. I think raccoons are actually harbinger of death, too. This is a tough one. We got a lot of options here. Fungi actually work pretty well with rot. They grow, but I don't think whistling is well, whistling could be a nuisance. Bringer of pestilence. I still think Beelzebub. That's one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Beelzebub is one of the lordly demons. I'm thinking fly. We're gonna go with housefly. I'm not sure, but I think that's it. flies are a pretty big nuisance, right? If you have a housefly, if you have a cockroach, one's a nuisance, one's a problem. The housefly is annoying, but it's not going to be gross like a cockroach infestation. It's not going to be a huge problem. I think it's housefly. That's my final answer. Expand thy mind. Okay, I'll expand my mind. Cellar grotto, cellar grows, cellar labyrinth, cockroaches, common hob, desk hob. I think I remember most of these. These are the spider things. Bay flu has the blooming flowers in the face. Hey there, Hyde here. Welcome to HomeSafety Hotline. Please give me my trial. Wealthy. Uh-huh. Labyrinth. Wealthy labyrinth. That was the closet labyrinth,
Please
right?
hold.
Pretty sure that was the closet one. Because we were talking about the Isekai dungeon and how the closet labyrinth would be like the worst Isekai dungeon ever. I'm pretty sure that one. Not even a problem. Why was Housefly so hard? You know what? The bee one was pretty hard too, except for the queen. Right? Yeah, I feel like... Oh, we dug so deep that we found a new sky. That's pretty weird. Like, I'm not mentioning it, but I am looking at these different pictures. Hey there, hi there. Hyde here. Please give me my trial. Garden. Mm-hmm. Oh, is that Spriggan? Dug straight through the earth. Oh no. Companions of the gardens. Oh, no, no, no. No. No, 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 no. No, this isn't Spriggan. Spriggans are in the trees. The gardens, there was that seedling
Please
thing, wasn't
hold.
there? That would cause people to react violently. I'm pretty sure this is seedlings. Dug straight through the earth, yes. Well, actually, the earth is hollow, so you can't dig straight through to the other side. But you can get to the middle pretty easily. Where's seedlings? I'm pretty sure this is seedlings. Because they do compel people to act violently or, you know, their competitors. I remember that. It was seedlings. I'm pretty sure that. Let go thy stilted soul. Now there's no soil at all. We're just in the sky again. I don't know how many more of these trials we have, but I'm hoping to finish the game tonight. Yeah. It'd be like the first game we've ever finished on stream. Hey there, Hyde here. Please give me my trial. The dancer. I am the bringer of destruction. Something that dances and brings destruction. Consume the weak and the reckless. I am the forsaken oil and the careless light. What am I? Forsaken oil, careless light. Fire, dancing flames. Is fire on the list?
Please hold.
Reminds me of something fiery? Yeah. It's definitely fire of some kind. Carbon monoxide is created by fire. What else do we have with fire? I don't remember the first days either. The first days had a lot of common ones. If there's a fire on the list, it's probably that. House fires. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure it's house fires. Yeah. House fires, pretty simple. Yeah, dancing flames, careless people, never play with fire. Makes perfect sense. We really are descending, though, aren't we? It is a dissension. Sometimes the simple answer is the right one. Yeah, like in the case of bees. Hey there, Hyde here. Welcome to HomeSafety Hotline. Please give me my trial. Oh, Mr. Seeker who doesn't seek, Mr. Deliverer who delivers things, what you seek.
Please hold.
What were you called? You were something weird. Dorcha. You were the Dorcha. The deliverer Who seeks but doesn't seek. That's right. The paradox that is a shadow on the wall. I remember you. Yeah. I'm pretty confident. I think we got everything but whatever the fly one might be. The pestilence harbinger. Yeah. Other than that, I think we got everything here so far. Give me my next trial. Come on. I'm ready for it. Put me in, coach. Put me in. I feel pretty confident, though. Hey there, hi there, Hyde here. Give me my next trial, please.
Hello.
Hello, Carol.
Supervisor Carol here. We've been watching you closely.
Uh-huh.
For all this time, you have been providing excellent and accurate answers
I
to
tried
our
my
callers.
best, thank you.
These acts will not go unrewarded. And I'm pleased
Usually
to
that's a
report
negative.
that you have qualified for a promotion.
Let's
Please
go.
stand by while I prepare thy promotion.
Thank you, Carol. Oh, her eyes? Yeah.
Promotion in progress.
Oh, God.
Please stand by.
Well, are you promoting my brain to mush? That might be a step up. Oh. Hello? We really descended here, didn't we?
Please, be not afraid.
I don't know if that's gonna do anything for me. I think I'm gonna be pretty afraid of this. Oh, she has a glamour. That's the thing we could buy, right? It did take a pretty weird turn. I get a mushroom crown. That's pretty cool, though. You know? Like, I was just expecting a pay raise, but if you want to give me a mushroom crown, by all means.
Congratulations! All hail our new junior supervisor!
Junior supervisor, huh? You have some pretty strange, what? Excuse me? Uh-huh. What is happening here? I think I'm gonna enjoy being a junior supervisor. Weird 80s, 90s vibes? Well, yeah, this game takes place in 1996. That's what it said, right? We're in 1996. I love it. What can I say? It was a wild ride. This might be the first game that I have ever completed, actually, during multiple streams. So I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah. I had a lot of fun, you know? It had that strange kind of horror vibe. It had a cosmic horror vibe, fae folklore kind of vibe to it. And it had that analog horror aspect right from the very get-go. It felt like I was doing the job I set out to do as a character, and I was actually living the experience. It felt very authentic. And some of it was truly well researched. Like, there were fae facts here and there that are pretty consistent with fae folklore, like the susceptibility of fae creatures to iron, or leaving gifts. That was all pretty true to life, at least the folklore part of life. Fairy tales, that kind of thing. So yeah, it was a very good game, and I'm very happy that I got to play it here. I think this is where we're going to end it, though. I know there's another ending to it, a bad ending. And if you'd like to see that, I highly recommend buying the game yourself and giving it a playthrough. Only doing worse than I did. Don't be junior supervisor material. But thank you all for stopping by, saying hi, or just lurking. Yeah. I will see you all again next time, but for now, hide out. I love you all. Good night. Try not get eaten by Spriggans or Bogarts or something. Good night.